Your Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney local forecast with meteorologist Kit Cloninger.
Well, we've already talked about how much of a chilly day it was, and now our temperatures are already down in the mid-50s. That's ordinarily our lows for this time of year. In fact, that's a cooler low than average around now. But Lincoln is a little bit warmer, around the 64-degree mark right now. So off towards southeastern Nebraska, that's where we have seen some warmer temperatures. But I want to point out on the Kearney sky cam right now that we do see a few clouds out here. These are some showers that are coming in from the North Platte area, but those should dry up pretty quick. But also notice that the sky is still light out towards the west. So we are starting to see the days begin to get a little bit shorter, but eventually we'll start seeing closer to only 12 hours. But right now we're about 15 hours of daylight still. Looking at temperatures right now across the area, we've got 52 in Imperial, 55 from McCook. So still cooler, pretty consistent temperatures as you get further towards the west. But once you get to Columbus at 60 degrees, 64 in Fremont, 64 as well in Lincoln, and 66 for Omaha. A little bit warmer off towards southeastern Nebraska. They've had that trend. The fronts that came through stalled out just to the east of the Tri-Cities area. So we got the brunt of the cool air, had a lot of the rain too, and it didn't quite make it down towards southeastern Nebraska. But they had a little bit of severe weather lasting a little bit longer. Looking at the next 3 days though, big changes on the way. We're going to clear out all the rainy conditions that we've had, and we're going to get rid of the cool conditions. Notice our lows this week are going to wind up being higher than our high temperature from today. We're looking at lows in the 70s as we get towards the later half of the week. Hot and humid conditions coming back in. Dew points are going to be getting back up into the mid to upper 60s once again. It is summertime. We do have all the corn growing now, so that's going to start putting off a lot of moisture, and that's going to make it very hot, muggy, and just not all that grand weather. And looking at the upper levels, we can sort of see what's going on with the atmosphere and what's going to be driving this. We've got a wave of cool air that's come down, this trough that's actually been powering some of the severe weather we've seen, but we're going more calm, settled east-west flow around by Tuesday. So that's going to allow the warm air to start moving up the plains into Nebraska. Then as we continue later on, we've got high pressure building across the deep south, and that's going to really settle in and bring the nice hot weather into our area, and that's going to really stick around. As we head 9-10 days into the future, we're going to continue to see this dome of high pressure really sitting across the majority of the states and of the country. Looking at the satellite radar on a closer view now, we are seeing a few showers off towards our west. Those have mostly dwindled, and it's just the clouds that we saw there from the Kearney Skycam looking west a little bit ago. But overall, most of the rain has pushed out north and east into parts of Iowa and Minnesota right now. As we head over to the futurecast, we're not going to see a whole lot going on over the next several days because we've got that dome of high pressure that's going to set up, and that's going to inhibit really any growth of thunderstorms, and it's going to make it nice and hot for us. So we won't really see a whole lot in the way of rain. Might see a passing shower across the Highway 20 corridor off towards northern Nebraska, but it won't make it down to the Tri-Cities area. And we have a lot of clear skies coming up, maybe a few afternoon showers off towards the west, but those are dying out before they make it to the Tri-Cities area. Lows tonight, some 40s might be on the board, but these are going to be the coolest temperatures we see all week and possibly all the way through the end of the month as well. As we look at our day planner through tomorrow, the winds are starting off out of the west, but then they'll start to shift out of the southwest, so that's going to start to bring in the warmer temperatures and lots of sunshine coming up tomorrow. Highs across the state are going to be getting into the middle 80s, not middle 60s. Those are not going to be back in the forecast, but mid 80s for southwestern Nebraska and eastern Nebraska as well. Low 80s here for the Tri-Cities, Danielle.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kit.